Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Random and Wonderful podcast, a podcast where I chat about those random questions that end up being wonderful conversations. I'm your host, Grace Simmons, and I am a confidence and mindset coach, and I'm the founder of the Amethyst Palava Hut, a wellness resource site to support you on your journey to being a more grounded and emotionally stable person. Today, we'll chat about why the lack of motivation isn't why you're not achieving your goal. Stay tuned. So, quick question. Which is more important, motivation or confidence? You know that inspired feeling you get when you're listening to a speaker talk about personal development or an NFT, and you're so drawn in, the method seems so clear, the prize seems so tangible, you start to see yourself as the speaker described. It is you. It all makes sense. You're on fire. The opportunities are endless, and you feel so ready and motivated to take the next step when you get home. And then it's all gone. Things fall back into their normal routine, and you lose that spark that you had during the conference. What the heck happened? When asked what the one barrier is that prevents people from achieving their goal, the immediate response is motivation. They wish they had the motivation to complete a difficult task, or they wish they had the motivation to push them past their fears. If only they had the motivation to chase their dreams, they would be this or they would be that, but they don't, so they're stuck. I feel like we're sold motivation as this kick in the butt. If you really want to achieve X, you just need to be motivated. People have been shamed into believing that they do not deserve a better life if they don't pop their motivation pill in the morning and knock out the day. So what's really missing? Well, motivation is the act or the process of motivating, the state of being motivated. Motivation is a temporary surge of energy and focus, but it is not permanent. That's not what you need. You need confidence. You don't have to be externally inspired to be confident. Confidence is the belief in the effectiveness of one's own abilities or in one's favorable acceptance by others. Self-confidence. Confidence is something internal. You are made stronger, or your confidence is made stronger by experience and knowledge. Each time you recall an experience where you overcame a difficult moment, you are empowered to lean into the next challenge. It's like stamping your memory book full of gold stars of your growth over time. For me, I lacked the confidence when it came to public speaking. I had the shaky voice, so many ums they became their own sentence, and the slightest distraction would throw me off. As I moved from an administrative assistant, where I was rarely asked for my opinion, to a program manager where I had to present my opinion in a constructed and well thought out manner, I knew I had to change that behavior. So I started speaking up in meetings, sharing my thoughts. I volunteered to lead conversations and projects. I wrote down my points so that I had something to go back to in case I was thrown off or distracted. And a gigantic leap that I took was to do improv. As you build confidence over time, you won't have to wait until you're motivated to move towards your goal, that presentation or your business idea. You'll do it because you know you can. The how or what will happen if, it will come up, and it may scare you, but it should not limit you. You've got this. So I'm going to share a few tips on building confidence. The first is to journal or create an I Love Me book. An I Love Me book is something that I came across in the military, and it is where you jot down your accomplishments that you have done over the year, usually in time for your evaluation. But it's also helpful because it's you tracking your journey of what you've done. So when you have those moments when you're in doubt, you're doubting yourself, or you are about to approach an unfamiliar situation, you have something tangible to go back to and look at what you've done. And you know you've already got this. You have the skills to do this. The next is to begin with a smaller task and then build up to the larger one. So let's say you have a daunting project that comes up. Instead of stressing out about the entire project, you break that project up into smaller tasks and then you clear each task. As you complete those tasks, you are going to be building more confidence in yourself because you're accomplishing what you need to do. You're getting that whole project done. You're just doing it in bite-sized chunks. Lastly, I would suggest you get a coach or an accountability partner. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. You have an accountability partner that occasionally checks on you to make sure you're moving at your pace on your plan towards your goal. When you rely on confidence instead of waiting for the elusive motivation, you can begin by asking yourself these questions. What skills do I have? What can I control now? Once you answer these questions, you can start working on a plan, a deliberate plan that will get you from point A to point B. Again, you're leaning into those skills that you already have and you're developing. So you recall those experiences where you were successful and you tailor your new plan to you. More importantly, you take ownership for what happens next. I don't know about you, but I find it more freeing to have some control over what I do and why. Speaking of control, if you love a to-do list like I do, but notice sometimes your to-do list is getting a bit long, or let's say you don't do to-do lists and you don't know where to start, I can share something that I do that kicks off my day, and it's a very easy confidence boost and a very easy win each day. So when I start my day, my goal is to do 4 things by the end of the day. That is, before I go to sleep, I need to do these 4 things. Pray, read my Bible, work out and meditate, make up my bed. Sometimes I eat breakfast. I focus on these things for 2 reasons. 1, they're really easy. And even if I've only completed 4 tasks, I've already cleared items off of my daily list and I'm encouraged to do more. So like I said, that's an easy win. So remember, if you are overwhelmed and you're contemplating a decision where you're waiting for your motivation to kick in, you want to rely on confidence, that internal drive that's built on your experience and proof that you know what you're doing. You want to make a plan and move forward. If you are creating a to-do list, put 3 to 4 easy things that you know you can clear up in a day and then add a few more. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd love for you to please leave a review and let me know what you thought. Don't forget to subscribe to hear the latest episode on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Again, I'm Grace Simmons, and this is the Random and Wonderful Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Take care, and I'll talk to you next week.